think I might be getting sick. My throat's killing me. Anyways, we're here for shoeonhead's newest video, the male loser epidemic. Oh, that's one way to describe me. Yeah. Just being real. Yeah. Wish I had more for this intro, but sadly I do not have much else to say for this intro. Yeah, I don't know. It's another epidemic video by Shoe, but this is the only one I have a reaction to because I've seen the other epidemic video she's had on my own time. So yeah. Yeah. Anyways, like I said, got nothing else for this intro, so we're just gonna jump right in. So let's go and do that now, shall we?
Hello again, friends.
Hello.
Sorry I've been gone for quite a bit. Hopefully nothing too crazy happened. I feel like every time I take a break, like, a war breaks out or something, but thankfully that did not happen.
Yeah, thank God. Yeah, like, seriously, thank God that did not happen. I found out that all that stuff was happening while on my buddy Jerry's stream. We were playing Peek, and then, you know, I took a peek at Twitter, and I saw Twitter going nuts about it, and I was like, oh. I was like, don't look at Twitter. And Jerry looked at Twitter anyways. And then he ended stream, and then me, him, and another friend, Ozimo, was just watching it on Twitter. And then we all went to bed feeling dreadful. Then we woke up the next day just completely normal, as if nothing happened, and, well, nothing happened. Yeah, you know those, nothing ever happened bros? Another dubski for them.
But at least...
And thank God, and oh, good Lord.
At least we found out the real Epstein files were the friends we made along the way. Welcome back.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Christ.
To the shoeonhead channel. If it is your first time here, run. I am shoeonhead, and on this channel I like to cover cultural issues, mostly surrounding men's issues. It's what I've been doing for over a decade, and frankly, I'm exhausted. Many of you have been along for the ride, and you have seen me go from a chipper, lively, 24-year-old
I've been here for a year or two.
making fun of BuzzFeed and Tumblr feminists, to a bitter, calloused 34-year-old talking about very real and growing men's issues. One of the main men's issues I have been covering in great detail lately has been the male loneliness epidemic.
Yep.
Yeah, but turns out I was wrong. We don't have a male loneliness epidemic. We have a male loser epidemic.
God.
It's not a male loneliness epidemic. No, it's a male mediocrity epidemic.
Projection.
It's a male loser epidemic.
The male loser epidemic has gotten so bad that it's honestly so pathetic at this point.
She said while rubbing that on her face.
Now, I don't always talk about men's issues. No, sometimes I talk about politics, and sometimes I mix the two together. Now, I know a lot of you don't like politics. You don't care about politics.
I don't.
But politics cares about you, and it will enter your life, no matter
Sadly, that is true. And I hate that. Wish they'd leave me alone.
how hard you try to avoid it. But thankfully, I have the perfect app to help you navigate this difficult, confusing political landscape. So let's quickly give a shout out to today's sponsor, Ground News, before we get into this video, shall we? Ground News is a website and an app that gives readers a fun and transparent way to read the news from all across the political spectrum, from left, right, and center. Every story comes with a quick visual breakdown of the political bias, ownership, and headlines that helps you understand the full story and make sure you're getting both sides. One of my favorite features from Ground News has to be the blind spot feature, which shows you news stories that have been covered by only one side of the political spectrum and ignored by the other. For example, here is a story about how the CIA uncovered a Russiagate fraud, and right away we can see how it has been covered by 41 sources, and out of those 41 sources, 93% of them lean right, with only 2 left-wing outlets reporting the story. Ground News also makes it really easy to compare headlines to see just how political bias can affect the framing of a story. For example, this story about Zohran Mamdani winning the Democratic primary in New York, this left-leaning outlet says, Zohran Mamdani's win just got a little sweeter. And meanwhile, the right-wing outlet says, meet Zohran Mamdani, the man who will ruin New York. As you can see, very different vibes. I have been using Ground News since 2021 because I think it is so informative, so fun, and it helps me see how different stories are framed so differently, and I love it. I highly recommend it. It's one of the few apps that I wake up and just immediately check. But don't just take my word for it. Even the Nobel Peace Center called it an excellent way to stay informed, avoid echo chambers, and expand your worldview.
Neat.
High praise. Best of all, I am currently offering 40% off their Vantage plan, which is the plan I use to access all of their amazing features. This comes out to only like $5 a month, which is like the price of a coffee. So go to ground.news/shoe or use the QR code right there on screen or the link in the video description down there to subscribe to Ground News today. I feel like what they're doing is really important, especially right now, and it helps us approach the news in a more fair and balanced way. So thank you to Ground News for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad.
I didn't skip it.
Right. Now, let's get back to the video. With all these issues men are facing,
someone else did though.
They seem to be moving to the right and the Republicans more, since the left and Democrats have essentially just become the young men eat and die movement. Months ago, I covered how the Democratic Party was losing young men, and I predicted Kamala Harris would lose in part because of young men overwhelmingly voting for Trump. And I was correct.
Yeah.
Well, now the Democrats have unveiled their final solution to the right-wing male loser epidemic. Democrats spending millions to learn how to speak to American men and win back the working.
Okay. I feel like if you have to spend money, especially millions, to learn how to speak to men, you've already failed. Like, just give up and go home. Just put the money to something actually useful. Just go home. You've already failed. Yeah, this is just... I'm looking at failure. This is failure. This is failure. Like, you're looking at failure right now. No, not me. Okay, me too, but this is failure. Yeah. The damn text on the screen. Yeah. Yeah, anyways, get back in this.
In class. Democrats have blown millions of dollars on efforts to appeal to American men who turned to President Donald Trump in droves on Election Day in hopes of winning back the working class. Democrats have spent $20 million on their efforts, with donors and strategists holing up in luxury hotel rooms, brainstorming how to convince working class men to return to the party. Ah yes, nothing more relatable to working class men than luxury hotel rooms.
Yes.
Great job, guys.
Yeah, I was about to say, just... Yeah, nice job. Nice job.
The plan? Codename Sam, or Speaking with American Men, a strategic plan.
I think I know
promises
what
to
this is.
use the funds to study the syntax, language, and content that gains attention and virality in these spaces. The effort also recommends Democrats buy advertisement in video games.
You or... We already have... No, you are just... You're literally just throwing... You're throwing hard right here. You're not only throwing away money, you're throwing away the game. Like, advertisements and video games, like, just, no. We already have to deal with DEI bullshit and woke culture being, like, infused into games. You putting all of this? No. No, you're just making it even worse. Just, no. No. Full stop. Just, nah, you're making it a lot worse for yourself. Oh, Christ. Yeah, they're throwing, like, hard. Very hard.
Among other things. The Democratic Party is treating young men like exotic animals they're studying. Now, as you can see here is the young man in his natural habitat, in a dark, messy cave surrounded by Taco Bell wrappers and empty Mountain Dew bottles.
That fucking snort just...
Here is another young man, as you can see, also dwelling in a dark cave. This one has dyed his hair blue to scare off potential predators. Unfortunately, it also scares off potential mates, but...
Is that why they dye? Is that why idiots like to dye their hair blue? That's why? Okay, good. You know, as much as I would like for people to stop doing this, I'm kind of glad they do it because they let you know what people to avoid, you know? Yeah, it's kind of like with animals. The brighter the colors let you know how toxic and venomous they are, and well... Need I say anything? I mean, just... Yeah.
Moving on, here is another young man.
Oh, God.
We think... we're not quite sure about this one. We're still studying it.
Okay.
Listen, Democrats.
That's just... I can only imagine how that's gonna go. Seriously, I'm not the only one who's wondering when she's gonna make that VTuber video that she never said she was actually gonna make it. She just asked if she should make it, which I'm definitely curious to see how that would go. And, Well, yeah, that's just it. I'm just curious to see how that would go. Yeah, I've got nothing else on that. Yeah. Yeah, just don't put me in it, okay? I don't want to be in it. And you know what? I'm not big enough to get into it, so, you know, I don't think I got much to worry about. And if I do, fuck. Yeah.
Instead of spending $20 million to do that stupid maybe you should, I don't know, actually listen to men. I listen to men for free all the time. All I have to do is read my comment section. Let's see here. Yeah. Shoeonhead is a perfect example of why we need to Greetings from Albania.
Jesus Christ. And oh my god, I'm just now reading what's on the screen right now. Oh man, that was... Jesus Christ. The shoeonhead videos know how to hit me and the funny feeling just out of nowhere at times. Like, just... Oh my god.
I hate women so much, it's unreal.
How much
Ooh,
more?
Shoo, mommy, milkies, mom.
You know, I got a prediction. I got a prediction. This guy became a shoeonhead fan through watching VTubers react to her. I'm calling it right now.
Mommy. One time I got my penis stuck in a soda bottle.
Why would you do that? Why would you... Bro, clearly this person has never heard of self-restraint. Because holy shit. Why? Good God. Like, down bad to get it down and dirty with the soda bottle. Why?
Okay, on second thought, maybe my comment section is not the best source.
Since Trump scored big with young male voters last election.
What? Oh God! Why? Oh my! We have to put the view on. Oh God! I hate this.
Democrats are spending $20 million to learn how to speak their language. I think it's a waste of money. Maybe these guys should spend their money.
You know. Oh, yeah. Hold on.
On teaching men to not be such sexists. Maybe that.
Okay, so we agree that it's a waste of money. We don't agree on why, though. So, yeah. Which, you know, that doesn't surprise me, because it's The View. And, well, I don't really need to explain much more, really. I really don't, you know.
But the stats don't bear that out now.
Yeah, see?
Look at what...
Thank you.
Young women have to choose from. The pickings are slim. Yes, we might have a feminism problem in America, but it's the feminization of men. There are a lot of young women out there that want to get married. They want to have kids. They want to have stable families. But there are a lot of young men out there who want to live in mama's basement and order DoorDash.
Oh no.
Oh God. Oh boy, this is...
The very night I was...
Oh no, indeed. Yeah.
Sitting on my couch, writing the script to my video about how the Democrats are spending $20 million to relate to young men, this came on my TV on Fox News. A Tommy Lahren and Laura Ingraham segment about stay-at-home sons, men who still live at home. Literally minutes after this...
So, men that live at home is... There's a lot of those. Yeah. You're looking at one right now. Except, I don't live with my parents, I live with my grandparents. Yeah, but not much of a difference, yeah. What do you expect? It's hard to get a house in this damn economy. This economy sucks! But hey, at least I got a job and I work at one and I pay my own bills, so... Yeah. I'd still call that being a responsible adult, yeah.
Aired?
Like, even if you still live at home... with your parents, family member, whatever, as long as you got a job and, you know, you're being, you know, contributing to society, paying your bills or whatever, and all that stuff, I'd say you're a responsible adult. But that's just my opinion.
It went absolutely viral on Twitter for not good reasons. So we are going to unpack
I don't think hardly anything goes viral on Twitter for good reasons. Especially when it comes to politics.
By piece. Because even though everyone was mocking it and
what did I skip by?
We are going to unpack this piece by piece. Because even though everyone was mocking it and making fun of it, as far as I saw, nobody was really dissecting it and breaking down exactly why she was so egregiously wrong. So come join me in debunking the male loser epidemic. Because who else better equipped to talk about men's issues than two stupid blonde bimbos? Hold on one second.
Oh boy, the blonde. Yeah.
3 stupid blonde bimbos. Sorry.
There.
I felt left out. All right, let's go. Wait. I need my gamer fuel.
The game. Oh, I gotta get the monster.
See, I do drink it. That one's for you, Tectone.
It's a major problem, and you know.
That reminds me, I was always seeing talks about her and her monster drinks, and I'm just like, yeah. Didn't she pour one in like an actual glass cup once? Yeah.
Speaker Johnson has been talking about those maybe deadbeat folks that are on Medicaid, and maybe some of those folks are the stay-at-home sons. We don't know. But I'll tell you this, leave it to Gen Z to rebrand laziness and social awkwardness as something cutesy, like a stay-at-home son. But Laura, I gotta tell you, this is also a big problem when it comes to, I think, declining birth rates, people not getting married and having children. You know, that's a big problem. They blame it on women. Well, look at what young women have to choose from. The pickings are slim. Yes, we might have a feminism problem in America, but it's the feminization of men. There are a lot of young women out there that want to get married. They want to have kids. They want to have stable families. But there are a lot of young men out there who want to live in mama's basement and order DoorDash. And that's why we have declining birth rates and a lot of other problems in society. It's time to go out, get a job, breathe the fresh air, meet people in real life. Let's just get back to basics.
So first of all,
So what I got out of that was like, yes, we have a feminism problem and we've caused some stuff, but we're going to shift the blame. That's what I got out of that. But we're going to see more.
all this stay-at-home son thing is not a real thing. It was a random throwaway, self-deprecating joke some contestant on Jeopardy said.
What?
One f***ing guy. Because I guess there's nothing else important going on that they could cover on the news. They literally—
And they got it from Jeopardy. How old are these people? Jeopardy, like just Jeopardy. Good God, like you have like what? You dig up the damn dinosaur bones, get a zombie or something?
really made this into a fake phenomena so they can on young men. Meanwhile, Democrats are spending millions of dollars trying to win back young men. Oh no, the young men are leaving us in droves. How do we get them back? Don't worry, I got this. Hey, you fat, lazy, Cheeto dust-covered slobs. F you. Nice. Thanks. I love you. I love you too.
Oh, good God. Oh, good God.
Is the amount
of... Okay. Alright, I'm trying to say something, but I'm trying to figure out how to word it rightly. How do I word this? I feel like this is just going to turn more men just apolitical / fence setters / I hate politics in general types. So basically me, yeah.
young men living home with their parents increasing? Yes.
Yeah.
Is it because they're lazy bums and just want to order DoorDash all day? No.
Maybe some of them are. All of them, the majority, no. I'd say that's more so the economy, because, the economy sucks, man. It sucks. So do taxes and communists. That's not relevant info, but I've been shitting on communists all day, so kind of just throw that in, yeah.
And also, they're not paying for DoorDash, Tommy. They're financing it. Come on. Get with the times.
There are a lot of young men out there who want to live in mama's basement and order DoorDash, and that...
Please, if I could live on my own, I would, okay? But this is, like I said, economy sucks.
That's why we have declining birth rates. It's time to go out, get a job, breathe the fresh air.
Have either of you tried applying for a job as a young man recently? Or tried buying a house?
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Getting a job is so hard nowadays, and keeping it secured too. Yeah. I'm lucky that I have one right now, and I've got that secured tight. So, yeah, and I intend to keep that for, well, I tend to keep it for however long I need to and however long I can. So, yeah.
On the salary of one of these young men? Have you experienced the dating market, been on the dating sites as a young man?
Which the dating market suck.
No? Interesting, okay. Just wondering. Listen, I know the average age of a Fox News viewer is like 70 nowadays and you need to pander to them, but Tommy, you were like...
I feel like that's the age of anyone that watches mainstream news nowadays, because most people in modern times just whip their phone out just to look at news, so, yeah. Anytime I see someone just looking on like a news section, usually just to shit on them.
2 years younger than me. You know this shit isn't true. Why are you talking like this? Why are you talking like a f***ing boomer? I'm sorry, I have no other word for this, but I hate this like generational pick-me. I was born in the wrong generation. I'm not like those other young people. And you know what?
Christ.
She's not like those other young people. Not all young people can afford a nice nose job and lip filler and get a cushy job on Fox News based entirely on merit, I'm sure. The main problem with this brain-dead boomer-ass take is not only is it cringe, but it's completely divorced from reality. This slop is specifically designed for people who paid like $5 for a f***ing house. And listen, not all boomers, okay? My parents are boomers. They are lovely people. A lot of you guys are boomers. But when the baby boomer generation sends its people, it is not sending their best. They are not sending you. They're sending people who have lots of problems. They're bringing the housing crisis. They're bringing wage stagnation. They're falling for AI-generated photos on Facebook. But some, I assume, are good people. But my god, I truly believe they do not-
they're not all bad, but they ain't exactly sending their best, and they're definitely setting up quite the reputation for themselves,
not understand how good they had it.
Like, I cannot tell you the boomer hate I have been seeing, and with what I've been, and with everything that I've been seeing and they've been seeing, I don't blame them. I don't. I really don't. Especially when the boomers start talking down on the younger generation, like, oh, you're really trying to piss them off when you do that, huh? Especially with how much people hate being talked down to nowadays, because, like, good.
They could support a family on a single income. A single income from a job that didn't require a college degree.
Exactly.
Their leaders didn't
Now we can't do that.
prostitute away their economic future for some cheap plastic shit from China. They inherited the greatest economy known to man, and they pretend it's a paradise that they earned. I just don't understand, like, why don't boomers and spiritual boomers like Tommy Lauren see people struggling and go, wow, I wish I could fix this. They should have it better than I had it. And you wonder why so many millennials and zoomers don't want kids. I want to make the world a better place for my children. I want to make the world a better place for my children. Ugh. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, you spoiled brat.
Jesus.
Children. Not happening.
Well, look at what young women have to choose.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of birth rates and everything that's being brought up, Elon Musk has been bitching about birth rates for, like, I don't know how long now, and then he literally turned his AI Grok into a waifu, and it's just like, and it's just like, you know, I feel like someone, and the person who's been, I feel like the person who's been bitching about the birth rates and everything shouldn't have made this. And it's because of that I don't want to be on this planet anymore. I'm tired. I don't want to be on this planet. I want to move to another one. Except I can't, because the man building the rockets to another planet is building a waifu AI!
Choose from. The pickings are slim. Yes, we might have a feminism problem in America, but it's the feminization of men.
I'm just curious, does she have a boyfriend and husband? And if so, I'm curious, does he go to therapy, and how miserable is he?
Young men are becoming lazy because they're becoming feminized. So they're becoming lazy because they act more like women? What did she mean by this, chat?
I'm trying to see it like that.
I know there's like a decrease in testosterone or something happening, but men are moving right-wing all over the world. Does that correlate with the feminization?
Yeah, I have been seeing that, is that they have been moving more right or that. But if you're wondering whether I'm left or right-wing, neither. Alright? It's just, no. I barely get involved in politics. Hell, I still not even sure if I'm even gonna post it just because of how political it's getting and everything, but just, yeah, I barely get involved. I just look at what's happening and I form my own opinion and I share it with my friends. Yeah.
Or, I mean, there are suspiciously a lot of far-right femboys, so...
Oh my god.
Maybe. But, here's the thing.
Oh my god. And you wanna know the funny thing is? A lot of y'all would still smash. Don't act like you wouldn't. Don't act like you wouldn't. Don't act like you wouldn't. You totally would. Yeah, you totally would. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Alex. I know you would. Don't act like you wouldn't. Alright, let's get back on this.
There is absolutely no evidence that young women want to start families more than young men. None. In fact, all the data says the exact f***ing opposite. According to Pew Research, 64% of women younger than 50 say they just don't want to have children. No reason, they just don't want them. Versus 50% of men who say the same. Another study by Archbridge Institute shows the same. 63% of women without children said they have no desire to have a child, while only 50% of men said the same. For men, the most commonly cited factor was personal finance, but among women, the strongest reason not to have a child was their desire to maintain their personal independence. Basically, they don't...
And then they regret that in like 10 years from what I'm seeing. Yeah, maybe less.
Want to give up their brunch and mimosas. They've been ass blasted with propaganda their whole lives, telling them their lives will be ruined, their bodies will be ruined, they'll never have fun again, they'll be miserable forever if they have children. And as someone who has had a children, best decision I've ever made. 10/10, highly recommend, would do it again. But yes, this idea that men are the ones primarily responsible for the low birth rates is laughable. We're laughing over here. Honestly, it's not really women or men's fault. There are a lot of factors that play into this. But Tommy, I really gotta ask.
Yeah, there's like way too many factors that go into it. You can't just blame it on one issue. It's... yeah. The rabbit hole goes deep. It goes deep. Deep, deep. I'm always thinking of something dirty every time I go deep, deep. Just throwing that out there. Because, well, of course I would.
Is it men, or is it you?
This is gonna be the summer of canceling boys. All of my friends are attractive.
Yeah, because that's gonna go well.
All of my friends are successful. All of my friends have something going on. Almost every single one of them have an issue with men. But if all of these women, including myself, are having issues, then I have to think, it might not be us. It might be you. It is not just the guys in Los Angeles, Nashville, Dallas, and they're not any better in the Midwest. Quite frankly, I think they're trash all over this country.
My friends are successful. Men don't give a shit about that. They'd marry a Walmart cashier if she was nice to them.
Yeah.
I think...
No.
Men between the ages of 20
Actually, I think I remember seeing something that, like, I don't remember where I saw it from. I saw something along the lines of men would rather not go out with women who are super damn successful compared to, like, well, like you said, a Walmart cashier. I don't know how true that is. It's just something that I saw randomly while scrolling Twitter, so, no. I could probably try and go look for it, but I'm not gonna find it. That, lazy.
30 are not ready, in most cases, for marriage, are usually not ready to be husbands and fathers.
That's a cultural issue. So, look,
No, I would actually, back to your point, I think it's a biological thing.
So let me get this straight. Men are all trash and won't commit and won't leave mommy's basement, and they're destroying the birth rates. But also young men are biologically incapable of commitment and being parents. What? But wait, there's more!
Yeah, this just feels like man hate, honestly. That's just what it feels like. And yeah, I agree with the other dude. It's totally a cultural issue, yeah.
She also believes women don't have to bring anything to the table.
Okay, yeah, just... no, like, that woman sucks. She sucks. Yeah. And probably literally, too. Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
As a woman, I want a strong man who is a protector and a provider that will go to war if need be, that will protect me, protect my family, make money. But I don't think a man needs to get something out of it to be a manly man, a protector and a provider. If you think you need to get something out of it, I quite frankly don't consider you a real man.
Never before in history have women demanded so much and offered so little. So before we get deeper into this...
Yeah, when you start to look at that, when you see stuff like that, it's starting to make sense why more and more people become more and more misogynistic, and you start to see those jokes where people say repeal the 19th, and you certainly start to think that maybe it's not so much of a joke anymore, Just saying.
Retarded, manufactured, stay-at-home son narrative. Let's check the Facebook comments of this Fox News video, because I am really interested to see what...
Facebook comments. I don't know how Facebook comics... Oh my god. Talk right. Jesus. I really hit a gem by giving my VTuber a stitchy mouth, because it implies that I have issues speaking, and so far I seem to be developing speaking issues. So I really hit the gem on that one, didn't I? Anyways, I don't know how bad or good or in between Facebook comments are, but I guess I'm about to find out. And considering it's a shoe video, we're probably about to see some unhinged shit.
Like the typical Fox News viewer thinks about this. If the women are anything like these two, I can hardly blame the men for staying home and not wanting to date them. Blame. These two women have a combined age of 93 and they have 0 children between both of them.
Okay, so far we're starting off strong.
You both have repugnant personality types, so listening to this was like male birth control to me. My goodness! Boom!
Jesus Christ! You know, maybe I gotta look at some Facebook comments, man. I didn't expect them to go that hard. I gotta look at some Facebook comments. I don't know. Maybe there'll be like a Vascal video where where that goes over Facebook comments. I don't know.
Are ruthless. Bunch of sissies. I served 6 years, 2 years in Southeast Asia after Vietnam was over. When I was 18, rent was $450 and I could afford to get my own place. She's so spot on. Nothing screams I'm a loser run from me than a guy living at home in his parents' house with his 12-year-old boy's bedroom decor at age of 30. Thank God we raised our sons to be men who
Alright, it appears I spoke too soon.
grew up, lived on their own, found their soulmate, got married, bought a beautiful home, and started a family. I was out the door at 18, worked on the assembly line at Dodge, and in the Air Force at 19. Never went back home. I can't relate to this.
Of course you can't, because you were born at a time where the economy was good and we weren't. Yeah, because our economy is shit. Yeah.
Yes, we know you people can't relate. We know.
Yeah, like, thanks for rubbing it in our faces on how good you had it back then. Thanks a lot. Like, yeah, so cool. I'm so happy for you. Yeah. Thanks.
The world has changed. Why can't you people get this through your heads? I will never let my sons stay home. I'm trying to push them out of the nest. Okay, I really gotta ask.
Yeah, because that's... Wow. Okay. Well, there's probably like some situation involving that. I don't know the details, but yeah, it's not like doing that's gonna... But if I had to guess, they most likely got a reason to stay there because shitty economy, and it's not like doing that's gonna, you know, cause some, you know, resentment. Yeah. And that's totally not gonna cause issues with the parents. No, definitely not at all. It's not like they're probably gonna, you know, face the nightmare of having children out there who absolutely hate you, will never speak to you, and it's totally not like, you know, there are parents out there who have that, and it's the worst feeling ever, and I totally haven't talked to, and it's not like I've totally talked to people who are experiencing that, and they tell me that it's the worst thing ever. No, not at all. Nope.
This an Anglo thing? Immediately
Anglo?
kicking your kid out when they turn 18 years old? My Mediterranean mind cannot comprehend this. And honestly, why the f would a man leave home, leave his mother's cooking, for a woman who probably can't cook? Not me, though. Personally, I can cook amazing homemade meals. I'll have you know I am a great trad wife.
I would like to... I was about to say, I would like to talk to your husband to confirm or deny, but I guess we're about to find out. You know what? I don't even need to hear his opinion now. Just... Yep, there you go. That's all you need. Okay, that ketchup bottle was foul.
Own apple teeth.
Now, unfortunately, Tommy Lauren wasn't the only one pushing this stupid, lazy young men go get a job bullshit. Mike Johnson did it referencing 29-year-old men playing video games all day. Steve Scalise did it with 35-year-old men playing video games all day. And just the other night, I saw this on my TV. Again.
A Wall Street Journal headline got our attention. The new dream job for young men, stay-at-home son. It's a phrase that's taken off since 27-year-old Brendan Leo won $59,000 on Jeopardy. And he has a master's degree in political science, but he's unemployed. Grow up, get a job, get a wife, build a family.
Just get a wife, bro. Just get a job.
Yeah, do you have any idea how hard that is in this day and age? I hate it. These people who lived life on easy mode are now giving the people who are living through this timeline, living on hard mode, so much shit. I hate it. Yeah, more reason why people hate boomers nowadays. Yeah. Like, good. Also, this is quite the frame I paused on for sure. Yep.
Bro.
Well, get a job? Yeah. Just get a job? Why don't I strap on my job helmet and squeeze down into a job cannon and fire off into jobland, where jobs grow on jobbies?
The term welfare queen must have fell out of fashion.
Welfare queen? What the hell is a welfare queen?
With Republicans, because it seems even they know the approved safe demographic to go after now, because it's very obvious what demographic they are talking about when they say young men in their basements playing video games. This just get a job lazy attitude is not surprising, but it's especially
you know, how many of these guys who are like still living with their parents and, you know, probably in their basements or whatever, actually do have jobs, but they can't get a house because, you know, shitty economy. I don't know if I asked this question in this video already, but I'm just curious. Because like I said, I live with my grandparents, but I still have a job. Yeah. And like I said, I pay my own bills and everything and all that stuff. But I also can't buy a house because I don't make enough there. I make a decent amount, but not enough to, you know, live on my own. Maybe in like a shitty, apartment complex or whatever. I prefer not living at. Yeah. Especially since the apartment complexes around the area I live at are pretty expensive. But, no. And from what I heard from some of the people that live in them, they're not exactly nice to live at either. So, yeah, I think I'll do fine just living with my grandparents because, well, it's nice here. They treat me nice. And, yeah. And with where I live at, I do not live far away from my job at all. I could literally walk there if I wanted to.
Really funny, coming from Fox News of all places. Fox News that spends so much time yapping about immigrants taking American jobs. Fox News will talk for years about how Americans are being screwed out of the workforce. But when this issue manifests itself in Gen Z, suddenly it's a moral failure. The fact is, a lot of American jobs held by men are being lost to automation, offshoring, and yes, cheap foreign labor.
Yeah.
Companies and billionaires would rather have cheap labor that they can essentially abuse, not pay fair wages to, just good little worker drones who won't unionize, rather than hire American workers for a living wage. The cheaper the labor they hire, the more money they make. I remember when...
That's very true. That is true. Yeah.
Bernie Sanders called open borders a Koch brothers conspiracy.
Open borders?
Open borders.
That's a Koch brothers proposal, which says essentially there is no United States.
But it would make a lot of global poor richer, wouldn't it?
And it'd make everybody in America poor. Then you're doing away with the concept of a nation state.
Where'd that guy go? A lot of these jobs being taken are jobs traditionally held by men, like construction and factory jobs, manual labor work. But it's not just manual labor jobs, it's also the tech industry and business industry, which are careers also mainly held by men. There are many, many examples of this, such as Microsoft recently cutting thousands of American workers while requesting 14,000 more H-1B workers.
I was about to bring that up because I've been seeing that flying around on Twitter, and I'm just like, damn.
This year. Some of those job positions include data scientists, which are 70% men, software developers, which are 80% men, and electronic engineers, which are 90% men, and many more like that. Another example of this was Tesla, where roughly 15,000 American employees were fired in April 2024, and many were replaced with H-1B visa holders. On Twitter, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy tried to chalk this up to these immigrants just simply being the best and the brightest. Yeah, okay. You're paying them less for longer hours and more work, and they're willing to deal with it in order to stay in the country. It's coercive, exploitative, and, dare I say, not very America first. When conservatives confronted Elon Musk for this last year, he told somebody, and I quote, "Take a big step back and yourself in the face. I will go to war on this issue, the likes of which you cannot possibly comprehend." So when it comes to replacing American workers in manual labor with cheap foreign labor, it's deport, deport, deport. But when it comes to replacing his American workers with cheap foreign labor, it's yourself in the face. Interesting. There's also affirmative action and DEI, which are other things Fox News always pisses and shits about. But suddenly, when the conversation is about Gen Z men, the demographic of people who are victims of these things, suddenly these things just like don't exist anymore. Then it's, oh, young men are all just lazy. They just want to be in their parents' basement ordering DoorDash and playing video games. But it's not just the brown people taking your jobs. I am not beating the allegations with this one. The brown people are
You never were. You never were.
Taking your jobs, okay? It's not their fault. They're just cheaper. Aim upwards. But it's not just the brown people taking your jobs. It's the women, too. Many of the dying industries are male-dominated, while many of the growing industries are female-dominated, and stigma around these jobs being woman jobs usually stops men from working them. Women are overwhelmingly entering and excelling in college and the workforce, and they're more flexible about job position and pay, while young men usually hold out for higher-paying, higher-position jobs that will make them the breadwinner. Because you see, despite the world progressing and the role of women changing, the role of men has not changed. Every woman is a feminist until the dinner bill comes.
Yeah,
but what's crazy is women might be the ones paying.
They're always the feminist. Then the bills come in. Yep. So much for I'm a strong, independent female or woman, whatever they want to use. Female, woman, one of the two terms get used. It's one of the two, always. And it's always when the bell comes in and it's like, I'm good.
At dinner bills soon. A study from the UK found women aged 22 to 29 earned about $1,000 more annually than men, completely reversing the traditional gender pay gap for this age group. In the US, a 2022 Pew Research Center analysis showed that women under 30 out-earned men in many metropolitan areas, with median earnings at or above 100% of men's in cities like New York and Washington, D.C. That may not sound like a lot of money now,
and of course it's New York and D.C.
but it's a growing trend that has never been seen before. It's so bad that it's really starting to affect the dating world. American women have never been this resigned to staying single. They are responding to major demographic shifts, including huge and growing gender gaps in economic and educational attainment, political affiliation, and beliefs about what family should look like. More women than men are attending college, buying houses, and focusing on their friendships and careers over dating and marriage. The challenges of finding a romantic partner have been made more complicated by a growing divide in education and career prospects between men and women. In 2024, 40% of American women ages 25 to 34 had a bachelor's degree, according to Pew, compared to 37% of men. A bachelor's degree increases net lifetime earnings by an estimated $1 million. Women are doing comparatively well when it comes to education in their early years in the labor force, and men are doing comparatively badly. Men's economic struggles seem to be having the biggest effect on women without a college degree.
Wait, what? Okay.
Whose marriage rates by 45 have plummeted to 52% for those born between 1930 and 1980, according to research by Cornell University. Young men without a degree are struggling so much as a group that there simply aren't enough with steady jobs and earnings for non-college women to date. Men are poor, women most affected. Modern women are no longer tied to their gender
Okay, alright.
role. Birth control has freed them from the prison that is their biology, and they are making their own money, sometimes more than men. They can have it all, they can do anything, they can be anything. While at the same time, men are still expected to be the provider. And more importantly, many men still want to be the provider, but they can't. And women, though strong and independent, still want men to be the provider.
And as a woman, I want a strong man who is a protector and a provider that will go to war if need be, that will protect me, protect my family, make money.
You know, I'm willing to bet that, you know, something tells me that even if she did get all of that, she still wouldn't be happy. Yeah. It's usually the case whenever it comes to situations like that, where like the man so much and bring nothing to the table, and they get all of their demands, still not happy. Yep.
Basically, men are like, we're worried we're not making enough money, and women are like, we're worried men are not making enough money. Hello class, I am Miss On Head. I am substituting for your teacher today. She was arrested for molesting a 12-year-old boy. So today we are learning about the graph. This is the growth in productivity versus hourly compensation graph. And you can trace almost everything bad happening in society back to this graph. As you can see, productivity increased while compensation barely grew over the same time period. Notice they tracked very closely up until around 1972. Now, what happened around 1972, class? Well,
I think I have an idea on where this is going.
The top marginal tax rate was reduced from 70% in 1964 to 50% by 1981. The federal minimum wage began to stagnate. Income going to the 1% rose from 9% in the 60s to 16% in 2023. CEOs also went from making 20 times more than the average worker to making 350 times more than the average worker. Anything else? Anything else happen around 1972? Yes, Jimmy, that is correct. Women joined the workforce around this time, but we don't have to get into that today.
Oh, Jesus.
The fact is, hard work no longer guarantees success, and the will to work is tied to the fruits of your labor. And young men are fed up today because 90% of that fruit is rotten. Now, is there some truth?
And another thing is that a lot y'all doing hard work also is just, from what I've seen, like, how do I word this? I've worked multiple jobs, and you know, I've put in like hard work in all of them, and like, I've worked 4 jobs my whole life. My past 3 jobs I worked, like, it just felt like no, like a lot of people you're working for also just don't seem to, appreciate you as much. They just don't. Yeah. Which, that's not exactly gonna go well either. Sure as shit didn't with me with my last job. My current job, though, yeah, I like it. Yeah. Because, they actually do appreciate me for what I do. Yeah. I just feel like that's, another factor that could probably play into this, yeah.
To modern young people being lazy.
Could be wrong, but,
Sure, I guess every generation had lazy people.
True.
And we do basically live in late-stage mouse utopia, after all. Young people today are faced with two options: revolution or escapism. And a lot of them are choosing escapism. Many have basically given up, but it's not like they didn't try. They tried, and they found out the juice just isn't worth the squeeze, whether it's college, dating, or the job market. And in a way, many young men are kind of choosing revolution. The never-before-seen large shift rightward in young men is a small revolution in a way. They're saying, this isn't working for me, this sucks, I hate this, I want something different. This is also manifesting on the Democrat side in general. The young men that are still voting left are voting further left. You saw this recently in New York City, where Zohran Mamdani, a self-proclaimed democratic socialist, won the Democratic primary. Young men are tired of the establishment, left and right. They're tired of the system, and they want to burn it down and start again. They want something that works for them, because this is not working for them.
Yeah.
If you wake up one morning and you...
And here's as much as, how do I word this? Yeah, I don't know how to word this right, so I'm going to say, yeah, a system that would actually, work would be a lot nicer. Yeah. Now, how do we get to that? That's the question.
You find yourself in a society where 23-year-olds with 4-year college degrees and, initiative, who aren't smoking weed every day, if they can't make enough to buy a car, much less a home, much less get married, much less have children, then why should you be surprised when half of them say they prefer socialism?
Okay. I didn't think we're going to the socialism route, but okay. I'm going to finish hearing what he said first before I say anything. Oh,
Fox News should...
That was it. I thought he was going to say, why should you be surprised when lots of men are, like as they call it, stay-at-home sons or whatever, whenever they go out of their way to get degrees and everything, and they don't help with shit. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure what socialism is, but from what I have heard of it, I've heard nothing good about it. So, yeah. I don't just... But that's just me. I've heard nothing good about it. I was about to get into another topic. I was about to keep going, but I don't know why, but I just see this screenshot, and that, Megamind no bitches meme? I feel like you could just, put that right here and just make a meme out of that. I'm just saying, yeah. I feel like that'd work very well.
Fire that guy. There is an entire generation of fighting...
too bad they fired him.
...aged men who are enraged and feel like they have nothing to live for.
True.
You should probably start caring.
Yeah.
When they saw this airing on Fox News, they saw an angry woman...
Because... Keep on going. It ain't gonna end well. Especially when we live in a time where, people are getting just, more angry and pissed off at things more and more. So, yeah. Because eventually something's gonna snap. And it ain't gonna be pretty. Yeah. And that's pretty scary. Because whenever stuff like that happens, chaos ensues, and who knows what happens when that happens, Christ.
Nagging in their faces about how everything wrong in the world is their fault. An all too familiar thing they have been hearing for far too long. But unfortunately for Democrats, nobody under the age of 60 watches Fox News, so this is not really going to have an effect on young men whatsoever. So keep that $20 million. You might still need it, unless we get dragged into another war in the Middle East. If we do get dragged into another war in the Middle East, young men might come running back to the Democratic Party. Maybe not even a George Bush II electric boogaloo will have men coming back to the Democratic Party. Hopefully we don't find out. And as I'm editing this right now, a lot of young people, even the podcast bros, seem pretty upset about the Epstein thing, but we know Democrats won't take advantage of the situation in order to protect the Clintons, so maybe not even this will save them, but we'll see, I guess. Hold on one second.
Okay.
That's better. So that was that video. What do you think of the male loser epidemic? Do you agree with Tommy Lauren? Is it all men's fault? Leave your comments below. I read them all. I am probably reading them right now as you type them. Great, don't write that. No. You can't say that. No, it doesn't matter if it's with an A. If you like this video, please subscribe. And if you can, donate to me on Patreon or leave a little tip with the little tip jar down below. I'll give it a little heart. It helps the channel and I appreciate it so much. And I will see you guys again soon with a new video. A new slop video. Because I know you gremlins love that shit.
Yeah, true. Is there gonna be a... There's gonna be a... Is there gonna be a thing at the end? I don't know if there is. There isn't, is there? Of course not. But the male loser epidemic is... It's a multitude of issues that cause it. The main two issues that come to mind is cultural and economic issues. Yeah. And there's also some more too. Yeah. And... But yeah, it's a multitude of that, yeah. Like, the generation I am, because I am Gen Z, I just... barely missed the millennium. I've just barely missed being a millennial, but yeah, we're kind of screwed. Yeah, I believe Asmongold put it best. We got spawn camped by COVID. Yeah. Also been looking at the comments myself, and I can't help but agree with like a lot of them. Yeah. Oh yeah, I like this comment. When they were talking about the Democrats spending 20 millions of speaking to American men, this guy pointed it out perfectly. Speaking to American men, not listening to American men. Think about that. They stumbled before they even got past the starting gate. Yup, it's a waste of money. Yeah, you know, they could be doing a lot better things with that money. For example, you could give it to me. Yeah, that's not happening. But I would make better use out of it than they would. That's a fact. And so would many of you guys watching as well. Here's another. To address the stay-at-home sons issue, no man wants to stay at home with their parents well into their 30s. Every man at some level wants to stand on their own 2 feet, they'll own their own home, own their own car, and have a family. However, a lot of these men work room to believe that college was the only way to find success. Yeah, either by parents or by educators or both. College take a lot of time and money to go through if you are going after a specialized field, aka where the money is, which means men that are trapped in college, some struggling, are forced to live at home if they can. If college wasn't such a massive socially constructed roadblock to the workforce, you would have more men able to support families, and that's not even considering the fact that going to college doesn't even guarantee you a stable job. Yeah, which is why I never went to college, because I'm just like... Really? You think I'm gonna go here, get into like hundreds of thousands of dollars into debts for a degree that's probably not gonna help with shit? Fuck that. Oh, and here's one talking about having an outstanding job and being in the dating market while having a good job. Even after I finally got my outstanding job at my fantastic company, I've detected no perceptible difference in dating. I am still dodging girls with STDs, kids, criminal history, alcoholism, drug addictions, and mental health issues. I've been on countless dates where I suffered a line of questioning intended on generating a snapshot of my financial value and a timeline on when my 401k will be ripe for harvest. The only difference between me and my basement-dwelling squad mates is that I have something to lose. Yeah. We can't be toxically masculine, and now we can't even hide in our own mama's basement or else they cry about it. Yep. And here's another one. Get a job. Hire me then. Move out. Make housing affordable then. Get married. Date me then. People always want to complain but never want to do anything to solve the problem. So true. Yeah. Here's another thing. These assholes want me to get out of your mother's basement when my parents are the only people who care about me. These people really want me to have nothing. Yeah. And another. Bro, I'm just sick of being demonized for simply existing. Yeah. Me too, buddy. Me too. Dealt with that shit my whole life, pretty much. Here's one more going to the economy. Why do you still live with your parents? Rent is $1,000 to $3,000 a month. Houses cost $250,000 to $600,000, and while wages are $7.50 to $16.50 per hour. Yep. Welcome to our shitty economy. All right, last one I'm gonna read because this one is pretty much describes me. Men aren't moving to the right; they are walking off the field. Yep. Okay, maybe one more. This is the last one. They had to rebrand the male loneliness epidemic into the male loser epidemic because there really isn't a male loneliness issue. Men have the ability to turn that off in a way women cannot. It's so hilariously female because they tried to coerce men with fake sympathy, and when it didn't work, it immediately became shaming and mockery. Damn. Which... Yeah. Alright, I think I'm gonna stop reading that, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the video now, yeah. So if you guys enjoyed it, check out the original video, which will be linked in the description below. Go support shoeonhead for making this video. She'll be linked down in the description below as well. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.